So the other night I competed in the Kingdom Cup, which was the fourth of the themed Silph League PvP tournaments. And with this one being themed around Game of Thrones, the featured types are Ice, Fire, Dragon and Steel. And yes, I am one of those people which has never watched Game of Thrones before, so it's almost impossible getting on the internet right now without seeing spoilers of some description. I will watch it sometime down the track. Don't look at me like that. Because a lot of the types that are featured in this one were also featured in previous tournaments, choosing a team this time around really wasn't that hard. I was able to use a lot of the Pokemon that I actually powered up for the last tournaments, so it didn't cost me as much for Stardust. There was one Pokemon that I had to break the bank on, and yeah, I spent quite a bit of Stardust on that and rare candies, and I still didn't really get to max it out to where I would have liked to, but I got it close enough, so it was useful. So I'll quickly go over the team that I chose for this tournament, and we'll start with the Lapras that I actually used in the Tempest Cup. So this one sits at 1489 CP, and it's my designated Dragon Slayer given that it's Ice type, even though it's got 2 water moves. But given its bulk and everything else like that, and I didn't have to spend anything to power it up, this is the one that I chose. So next on the list, and also coming in at 1489 CP, is the Altaria that I used in the Tempest Cup. So another bulky mon along with a cheap investment is a good pick in my eyes, and this was what I was going to use to counter mainly Lucario. So next on the list is Charizard. He's getting another run. This one is 1479 CP. Should be Dragon type, but it's not. It's Fire Flying. So again, it's one that I used in the Tempest Cup, so I didn't have to do anything to get it ready, and how could I pass up on Charizard? Even though that I don't think that I ended up using it at all. So the next one is Bastiodon, and this is the one that I had to break the bank on. So I ended up spending 156,000 dust and 205 rare candies to power this up to 1394 CP. I could have got it as high as 1490, but yeah, I didn't end up having enough candies to do that. So that's as high as I could get it. It still ended up probably being the most useful mon in the tournament, so it was worth the investment, and I will probably use it somewhere down the road again. So the second last mon that I chose for my team was Lucario, and I actually got really lucky with this one. So I had 4 Riolus that I could evolve, and all of them were going to end up just over 1500 CP, except for this one. It ended up exactly 1495 CP, so I only had to spend 10,000 Stardust unlocking its second charge move, and it was ready to go. So beautiful. And this one is also one that gets a buff from Power Up Punch, so it was basically one of the best ones to use for the Kingdom Cup, so I was really happy that it was a really cheap investment. So the last one that I chose, and which I pretty much chose as a wild card, is Dragonair. And this one I had to do a bit of powering up on. I ended up spending about 100,000 dust or so on to unlock its charge move and power up, but it came out at 1499 CP, so that was almost perfect. And it actually ended up being a really good choice. It has a surprising amount of bulk, and it actually caught a few people off guard, and it did its job, so I was actually happy that I chose that over some of the other ones that I was thinking of choosing. So yeah, that's the team that I ended up choosing, and I think it paid off in the end because I have a little surprise that I'm going to add to the end of this. So I'll let Past Me pick this up, and yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of this video. One thing that I will mention though is my battery ended up going dead halfway through, so I didn't get to film a lot of what actually happened, but I did get the screen recordings, so yeah, probably not the best, but it's the best I could do. So I apologize for that, and yeah, I'll see you guys after the tournament. one was a lot closer.
That was close. Well done.
Well, we've won round 1, so we'll wait for our next contestant and then yeah, we'll take it from there. Alright, round 2. Let's see how we do in this one. Good luck.
Let's do it.
So as you see, I came third again. Yay me, awesome, third again. But that one was probably the closest one. I actually had my chance to win that one. I made one wrong decision, which basically cost me the tournament. The loss that I ended up having, I switched in Lucario instead of switching in Altaria, which was a really bad decision, and that basically cost me that battle, and that basically cost me the tournament. But you live and you learn, and what can you do? Except do better next time, maybe. But on that note, something actually surprising did happen. All this coming second and third has actually paid off, because surprisingly enough, I've actually got an invitation to season 1 of the Melbourne Regionals. So, like I said, that was a surprise to me, and I guess I can go and showcase my abilities at coming second and third to the rest of Melbourne now. But in all honesty, I actually see it as a real honour getting to compete and showcase my skills, and getting to compete alongside Julie and Peter, which were also lucky enough to receive invitations. So, well done guys. So this tournament is going to be held on the 18th of this month, so it'll be before the Nightmare Cup. So I'm actually a bit nervous going and competing against people that I don't know, somewhere that I'm not really familiar with. It's a bit out of my comfort zone, and it's going to be interesting. So I guess that's it. Again, I'll thank the guys that run the Melton Discord, and congratulations to Joss for winning the Kingdom Cup. And yeah, that pretty much does it. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, all that good stuff, and yeah, stay safe, happy hunting, and I will see you guys in the next one.